Hi, everyone. This is Nancy Pav with Century 21 Redwood Realty, and I am here with Drew David from Drew David Insurance, and we are going to be talking about roofs, new or newer roofs when you buy a house. So, Drew, tell me why a new or newer roof is important for insurance to have a new or newer roof.
Certainly. Yeah, thank you for having me, Nancy. Yeah, roofs are super important. They protect your home from a lot of different things. One of the biggest things is water coming into the house, which can truly damage it. So a lot of insurance companies, what they'll actually do is give you a discount if your roof is newer. So a new roof is anything less than 10 years. Most roofs have about 20 to 30 years of lifespan on them. And so whenever you have a big storm, you have hail, if you have a newer roof, it's going to actually protect your home from water damage more than an older roof. So it's also always something to consider when you're purchasing a new home. It's a big investment, and you want to make sure that that investment is protected with a good roof, and your insurance company is going to reward you for making sure that you have a newer roof.
So how does the insurance company know that the roof is newer? Do they do any sort of inspection?
Yeah, so there's inspections that will go through whenever your home is inspected, going through the first and second inspections on a home buyer. You'll actually have someone go out there and check it. And some of the ways that they look at it is the amount of shingles that are left or the thickness of the shingles, whether they lift up. A storm will actually, if the shingles are older, will lift them up and then water can actually get down into them. So they have a pretty good job or a pretty good way of getting actually the age on that. But what I would recommend is when you're going through those agreements that you actually get from the seller or from the selling agent, when was that roof replaced last? Because that proof is actually going to be better than just having someone say, well, it looks like a 15-year-old roof. If you know that the roof has been replaced recently, get that in writing.
So are you saying that it should be is an email from the listing agent sufficient, or would it be better to have a receipt that the roof was replaced?
A receipt would certainly be the best thing. And if it has been replaced in the last 10 years, most likely those papers are still on file.
Okay, great. And can they deny you coverage because a roof is old?
They can. So if a roof is not up to a certain standard, certain companies will actually require you to replace or to fix the roof before they will issue a coverage for the home.
Okay, that's terrible. So if I was buying a house and the roof was, let's say, 30 years old, and the company came out and denied it, what is that? I mean, I have to have insurance on my home to get a mortgage. So would there be options for me?
There are other options. Those options are certainly going to be more expensive because of that age of the roof. Like I said, it's one of the biggest protectors of your home. And because of that, there's going to be a higher risk. A higher risk equals higher premiums as well.
Okay, got it. So, all right. So let's say I buy that house and the first thing I do is replace the roof. Would I get any, and obviously would be able to prove it. Would I be able to get any sort of credit now that I have replaced the roof?
You wouldn't get a direct credit from it from the time passed, but what you should do is talk to your agent as soon as possible, supply them with that information that the roof has been replaced. A bill of sale would be acceptable on that, and then you would actually get a discount on your next renewal, or potentially, depending on the carrier, from the time that it actually was replaced.
Okay, well, that's really great information. Thank you for sharing.
Certainly.
So everyone, I will be putting Drew's contact information in on Facebook. So if you have any questions for Drew about insurance, about homeowners insurance, auto insurance, and what other types of insurance do you do?
We make sure that we protect your assets as well with liability coverage.
Okay, awesome. I will put his contact information on Facebook so that if you have any questions for Drew, you can reach out to him personally. Drew, I want to thank you for coming out today and sharing your knowledge while we are stuck at home due to the stay-at-home order.
Certainly. Thank you, Nancy.
All right, thanks, Drew.